Donald Trump.
All right, so I'm on this journey of content creation, and I have a problem. I am not a talkative person. I'm a very quiet person, and it seems like okay, I have a problem in that I'm not a very talkative person. I'm a pretty quiet person overall. And the reason I am that way is because I understand the risk inherent in everything that you say. What do I mean by that? Well, I grew up in multiple different schools, multiple different locations, multiple different cultures. And one thing I noticed that was the same across all of the different places that I lived was that the people were all assholes. Everybody was an idiot. Everybody was mean to each other. And everybody made fun of everything. Everything you said. Every single thing you say, there's a way to make fun of it. Right? So that kind of taught me, maybe talking isn't the best thing to do. Maybe it's best if I just keep my mouth shut and mind my own business and survive that way. And then 10, 15, 20 years later, it turns out, hey, I want to make content for YouTube and Twitch. And now this job, this responsibility, this role that I'm playing requires an open discussion with the rest of the community. And I'll tell you, this is hard stuff. I don't know how to do this. I don't know how to make content. I don't know how to make anything interesting or fun because I never practiced those muscles, I didn't get a whole lot of fun out of my childhood experience. I didn't develop the muscle of just making fun of stuff all the time. That's not a gift that I've been blessed with. I've been blessed with the gift of introspection and, caution. And so becoming a content creator is not a walk in the park for me. And if you look at some of my old videos, you'll know that I struggle with knowing what to say and what to do. And I know, I'm 100% aware of the fact that my videos are absolute garbage. Like, they're just so uninteresting and so boring and impossible for somebody to enjoy, all because of the bad habits that I developed as a child. Well, not all because of it, but in large part, the reason I'm such a quiet person is because I had to be. I had to be to survive, To live in the situations that I lived in and lived through, I had to be quiet. I had to just shut my mouth. And never talk. Because that was the best way to go forward. And now, convincing myself to talk more, that's a tall order. That's tough, you know? Especially since, you know, there's not really much. I don't want to dig on the game that I'm playing, but there's not that much happening throughout most of this gameplay. And yeah, like, I could read the dialogue and everything, but I'm pretty sure that if people were to watch this, I don't know. I have no idea. Maybe people would enjoy it if I just played the game and enjoyed the game. It's just, I've put out like 50 videos and none of them have any views. So I think that's my fault. You know, it's gotta be partially my fault. I don't have the best clickbait titles. I don't have the best thumbnails. I don't have anything, right? I don't have anything going for me as far as content creation goes. I have other talents, but content creation, this is a steep slope for me. Okay, what's Alize saying here? Let me lock in the game for a minute. I'll get back to what I was saying before. Everything's going to be alright. Much as I hate to admit it, I share Hancock's dim view of government officials and their supposed incorruptibility. From what I've gleaned of the Far East, they're probably exchanging lengthy pilot entries. There seems to be a correct way to do everything here, bribery being no exception. I say we leave them to it, right, Will? Okay, cool. I'm trying to do this full playthrough of Final Fantasy XIV before I, you know, dig into anything else. The problem is, these videos are not getting anywhere. These videos do not track. You feel me? So, these videos are not hitting as well as I would like them to. My stream is not hitting as well as I would like it to. And so I've got to reevaluate. You know, I've got to be honest and say, you know, I'm doing something wrong. There's got to be something that I can do better, you know? Maybe this is it. Maybe just talking is what I can do better.
How about you?
Alright, let's watch this cutscene together, guys. Let's watch this cutscene. This game has remarkable production value. This is a phenomenal game. If you don't know it already, I highly suggest you play it. It's free for the first 60 levels. The first 60 levels out of the 100 levels is free. So, you get a good, more than half of the game you get to play for free. And then if you like it, you can, you know, pay the sub fee for the rest of it. I think it's a great deal. Especially considering how much content you get. It's very good.
To the samurai!
It took me about 400 hours to get to this part of the story, and this is the paid part of the story. So you get the first 400 hours of this game completely free. You know, that's good. As far as gaming goes, you wanna know that you're gonna get a good value for your time. And Final Fantasy XIV has it, okay? So there's that.
How many is that now? 10 in a row.
10 in a row. Gasetsu! Finally, we found him. Oh, what are you doing here?
Oh, this is a surprise.
There you go.
What in blue blazes are you three doing here?
There you go.
I could ask you the same thing. We've been looking all over for you, and then I suddenly heard you screaming.
Ah, we were worried.
It would seem there has been a misunderstanding. Allow me to explain.
All right, he's been dueling people, and that's why he was yelling. That's fine. That's fine.
So, in summary, you started a brawl with some off-duty Imperial soldiers and were subsequently arrested by the Sekisukumi, whom you somehow befriended and convinced to set you free if you could defeat a given number of them in single combat.
Okay. You know what? I don't put that past him.
10 bouts for my freedom, aye. 'Tis but a pity you came too late to witness the last one.
So he was beating people up for his
And
freedom.
with that, I'm free to go, yes?
Okay.
Our word once given may not
Okay.
be broken,
This...
but we pray you make every effort to avoid future altercations.
Okay, Final Fantasy XIV fans, hear me out. This part doesn't make any sense, okay? Because 5 minutes ago, what was his name? Hancock said that if you get caught committing any kind of violence, you get killed. Like, if you do any violence in this city, in Kugane, they kill you, right? And now he's saying, oh, 10 duels and I get to be free. That's violence, right? Shouldn't he be, isn't that punishable by death? They should be, like, you know, trying to kill him right now because he's instigating violence. But I guess a duel is different from a violent outbreak between drunkards or something. That's probably the reasoning.
Circumstances notwithstanding, my lord, we are honored and grateful to have witnessed firsthand the skill of a Doma samurai.
Fly. So yeah, you know, I'm not a good content creator. At least not right now.
We had just
And
concluded negotiations.
there's a lot that I can
I
learn
gather
and
my
a lot that I can
assistance
do
was not
better.
required.
Look at this guy. My guy is so cool looking. I love my guy. He looks so awesome. I'm never changing how he looks. This is how he looks forever. Minus the axe. I'm gonna change axes and gloves and boots, but the Uraeus coat and the white and red hair is staying. Okay, what do I want? Aiming, healing, casting. I'll do healing. I'm selling all these gear pieces that I get because they're good gil, I think. Gloves. Here it is. I'm gonna put that in my inventory so that I know that I'm selling it. I must apologize that you endured such trials and tribulations in search of me. There's no need for that. You had no way of knowing we would come looking for you. You were after a ship to take you to Doma, yes? It just so happens that we have found a willing captain. Truly, what a fortune! We will tell you all about it back at the company offices. Alphino and Tataru are waiting for us there. Alright, awesome. We got a ship. Ba-da-ba, ba-da-ba, ba-da-ba. Once more to the Ruby Sea. Okay. I think I'm gonna stop my recording here. No. I don't know. I'm gonna do boring stuff. That's the problem. I'm gonna do a bunch of boring stuff before I continue the story. And I don't want people to get bored. I don't want to make boring content. And unfortunately, a lot of this game is ridiculously boring. Like, I'm sorry, I love this game. I love the rating. I love the people. I love the classes. There's so much good about this game. But 99% of the main story and side story content is just grinding through text boxes. Like, it's not, as far as YouTube goes, it's not very interesting. But if you like reading, if you like books, then I think of this game as like an interactive book, right? See, I'm gonna get a bunch of text from this person and I'm gonna read what they have to say, right? Oh, she lost her kids. My little babies escaped from the Okia. I fear they may have climbed somewhere higher. No, okay, she's talking about her cats. Panda cubs. Never been on. Okay. Okay, so I'm looking for pandas. Panda cubs. Okay, that's fine. That tracks. So yeah, my name is Wilshocker. I am on a mission to shock the world with my fantastic content, and I'm looking for suggestions. You know, I want to know what kind of content you're interested in seeing, and how can I work my sort of brand into that sort of content. You get what I mean? Like, I'm not able to do a lot. I'll be honest. I have a disability. Like, I have ADHD and autism, and that makes it really hard to make certain kinds of content too. So for me, the easiest kind of content is the kind that doesn't require me to do any sort of like willful effort. Like, how do I explain this? The reason I'm able to make this video right now is because this is what I wanted to do anyway, right? I didn't start with this desire of, oh, let me make a YouTube video. I started with the desire of, let me play Final Fantasy XIV and then maybe try making a YouTube video on top of that, right? It's a very specific kind of it's very hard for me to do something that I don't initially want to do. So that really restricts the kind of content that I'm able to make. It just makes it so that I have to want to do it, basically. Okay, let me see here. That's a fit body you have. Forgive me, I did not mean to be lewd. I only wish to commission a task of someone. I meant to say you look more than able. The people of this city call me a peddler of peculiars. I'm a man who knows how to procure things, no matter how odd or rare. I was just delivering a collection of water from the Bacasian hot springs to a guard at the Garlean consulate when I threw my back out and spilt the water. My trade is based on my client's trust in me, so I can hardly abide this order to go unmet. Would you fetch me some more water from the hot springs of Bacasian? Sure. There's a flight of stairs to the west of the Rakuza district. At its top is where you'll find the Bacasian hot springs, and you must move with haste. It will not serve to deliver tepid water and ask for it to be harmed. Now go, gather some water, and see it to the guard at the Garlean consulate while it is hot. Okay, so here's the thing. Okay, I have 2 minutes to complete the task. Ba-da-ba, ba-da-ba, ba-da-ba. Here's the thing, okay? What was I gonna say? I forgot. See, that's part of my disability too. I forget stuff all the time. But I was talking about making content. Okay, so what I just did, where I read the NPC dialogue, that's the most I'm gonna be able to do in terms of content. I can't do scripts, I can't do writing, I can't do planned content, tier lists, reviews, anything like that. I could do live reactions. If you're interested in live reactions, you can subscribe and watch my videos. But if you're not interested in like just seeing my personality and me talking at the camera then or just doing basic questing stuff on this game, on this particular game, because I plan on playing this for the foreseeable future, then I don't have anything for you. I can't do anything for you. You get it? Like, you get what I mean? Okay, so I have 2 minutes to rush this guy to the destination. So let's go, To bathe the Garlean. Can I not use, shoot. Can I not use, Aetherites? I guess not. That's fine. I'll make it. Let's do this. Leroy Jenkins. So yeah, I'm Wilshocker. I'm on a mission to shock the world with fantastic content. And this is my channel. And I'm trying to work on it. I'm trying to do better. I'm trying to make better content. Because, let's be real, you know, me sitting here and reading NPC dialogue is not going to be entertaining to anybody. And that's the dilemma that I find myself stuck with, because I want success, I want to succeed, I want an audience, I want viewers and subscribers and Patreon patrons and all this other stuff that people seem to really enjoy supporting each other. But I'm very limited. I'm a very limited person. There's only so many things that A, I'm good at, B, that I want to do, and C, that people would enjoy. Like, I've got a trifecta of problems here that I have to solve each one all in one go, or else it's not going to work, you know? So this, what I'm doing right now, might be the best content that I'm capable of making. Just playing the game and talking over it and just, you know, shooting the breeze. Maybe I could answer comment questions. If you want to leave me comments, I can answer questions in the comments. I could also take requests for reaction videos. If you want me to watch a particular anime or TV show or movie If you want me to watch a particular YouTube video even, then we can talk about, yeah, I'll fit that into my schedule and we'll just do reaction content, you know, every other day or every day at a certain time or something like that. Okay, as you may know, acts of bloodshed are forbidden here in Kugane. Our violent visitors from Garlemald are denied their typical violent outlets. They simply cannot suffer to be further emasculated by bathing in the nude together with the enemy. You were told to ask no questions, yes? They are loath to have anyone with that embarrassing little truth, so let's pretend you never heard it, shall we? Thank you for your aid, my friend, and your silence. Okay, cool. So we took care of that guy. I want to systematically get through all of the side quests on this playthrough. And that is, like, I'm just gotta be honest, that's boring, you know? It is definitely not a fun thing. Picking up little panda cubs and moving water back and forth and whatever else I have to do for these side quests is not gonna keep anybody's attention. And I know how hard it is to keep your attention, especially if you have some sort of autism or ADHD or another, you know, health condition, mental health condition, where maybe, you know, the thing that you're looking at is not the most exciting, and you feel this temptation to look away and navigate off or swipe up or go to a different tab or, you know, click on the next clickbait material. And you know, here you go, here are your babies. Thank you ever so much. I was so worried they might be found by someone less savory than yourself, and I cannot even bring myself to utter the thought. Mind you, I did not mean to speak ill of my clients. I meant only to say that my babies are safe and valuable animals from a faraway land. There are many who would simply sold them had they happened to cross them. But it is precisely because I keep the company of so many morally bereft that I knew you were different than the moment I saw you. This city is a mirror held up to the desires of man. For some it shows wealth in the form of guilt and greed, but for one as good as you, the real wealth to be had is that of the treasured experiences and memories. Here, take this for your time, and thank you. I hope to see you again someday. Mayhap in my Okiya. Oh wow, she just invited me over. Hey, I'm down. You know what? I'm down to clown. You want me to visit your Okiya? I say Okiya to your Okiya. Okay, I'm gonna stop. So yeah, you know, I'm gonna take this one video at a time, one day at a time. And let's see, we're at 21 minutes of watch time. If you made it this far, thank you so much. Remember to like and subscribe to my channel. I am trying to make good content. I'm trying to make stuff that's not terrible. You know, and some days, I'll be honest, some days I'm just not in it. Some days I'm tired. Sometimes I'm really just grinding through these quests, and you'll see it. You know, if you watch my old videos, if you watch the stuff that I've been making for the past month or so, you'll see that I just kind of clock out sometimes. Sometimes I just say, all right, forget it. I'm just going to play the game, not talk, not say anything, not get anything done, and you know, I'm suffering the consequences of that because my content's boring and nobody wants to watch it and nobody clicks on it. So, you know, what can I do? But here's what I can do. I can promise that I'll do my best. And if you want to stick around for the ride, then power to you and thank you. Because if I can get real for a minute, I need this. You know, I need this to work out because for multiple reasons. The first reason is because of my disability and my lack of comfort in doing things that I don't want to do is highly pronounced insofar as I really can't do much else. I mean, I can, technically. Like, I'm not physically incapable of doing things, but I am mentally incapable of doing things, if that makes any sense at all. So, that's number one. Number two is, I think I have a lot of interesting things to say if I have a chance to say them. So, ooh, I found a lookout. Let me get that lookout though. Hang on a second. See, this is my ADHD, right? But hey, gotta do what you gotta do. What's the other reason? Lookout. Fantastic. Kugane of Nakura. Founded under the auspices of Kugane's Lord Bogyo, this facility specializes in the construction of smaller crafts and the repair of visiting vessels. Accordingly, the shipwrights employed here are versed in not only in local shipbuilding traditions, but in foreign techniques as well. Okay, it's 1:46 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for me, so I only have about 10 minutes, 15 minutes tops to keep this little ramble going. But hey, if you like my rambles and you want me to keep rambling and make a video just like this on a consistent basis, comment ramble in the comments. Just say ramble, R-A-M-B-L-E, and I'll get your vote. So let's do a vote. Let's do a poll. If you see this video and you just want me to keep doing what I'm doing, say ramble. If you want me to try reaction content, comment react. If you want me to do something else, say what else you want me to try to do. And I think that might be a good way forward, because like I said, I really need this to work out, because this is what I'm able to do, because I have a lot of interesting things to say. And let's give you a third reason why this is to do well, because, well, I mean, I can really help a lot of people. I feel like I've had so much life experience that I can really help people. And that would be really nice to be able to help somebody one day. Okay, let's read. Good tidings to you, brother. I have a simple deed, what needs doing should you find yourself up to the task. My porter is taken ill with an untreatable malady, and now of all times, I've just had a ship come in brimming with cargo to be hauled, and nary a soul to haul it. I'd see to it myself, but I have duties here. My clients have grown accustomed to having their cargo delivered to them, but I fear I will have to ask them to come and retrieve this shipment for themselves. There are 4 to whom I must see that message relayed. Kotokaze of the Shiokaze Hostelry, Karaku of the Basian Hot Springs, Miyamagi of the Sigumi Barracks, and Yamabuki of Kogane Dori. See my word to them, and I will reward you for your efforts. Great, so I get to introduce myself to a bunch of the main players in this city. That's kind of cool. Alright, so I've got a limited time left. I've got 26 minutes of watch time here, and that, I feel like this video is good. Like, I have an impression of this video that if I post it, it might actually do well. And that would be so sick if I got some views and some likes, and if I was able to do this every day, then I think I can get somewhere. And getting somewhere for me would mean the world, because I'll just be honest, you know, I'm not 100% satisfied with my daytime activities. Let's say that. Ooh, I gotta ban that guy. Yeah, not 100% satisfied with my daytime activities. I'm about 90%. I'm a good bit satisfied. I'm a fairly successful person. I'm doing fairly well, but that 10% gap is particularly, you get what I mean? Like, I really want that 100% satisfaction with my day-to-day life. Anyway, there are rare natural remedies, the likes of which can only be found in Koshu. Without a stock of them, the mercantile trade in Razat would be up in arms. The alchemist there. Okay, this is definitely a bunch of world building. I'm gonna save this. Unmatched penchant for quality. Yeah, this is a world building quest, so they're gonna say things that I'm interested in learning because I want to know the lore in this game. So I'm gonna screen cap what they're saying and save it for later, so that when I go back and look at my screenshots, I'll have all of the lore that I want to review. Anyway, let's sprint. I'm at 1:50 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I've got nothing else to say. So let me just wrap up the video here. Thank you for watching. Remember to like, hit subscribe. Help me out. You know, I could really use it. I really want to be one of the people that does things that they like, you know, for their time on Earth. You know, there's a very lucky few that get to do something that they like for their time. And this video is one small step towards that. You get me? So, man. Alright, let's cut it there. Thank you. I really appreciate you watching if you made it this far. Thank you again. Okay, so the recording's done. And now, the rest of this, I gotta figure out how I'm gonna, like, organize my videos, but I'm just gonna do another 5 minutes requesting and then call it. You don't look to be here as a customer. What is it I can do you for? Untreatable. Well, that is truly tragic. Thank you for bringing me word. Tell Yamabiko I will only send one of the hostelry staff to retrieve our cargo in due time. The fine rice wines we order from the sellers of kosher are popular fare among our patrons. It is no bother at all to expend a little less for so little a valuable prize. Okay, so my mission here is to keep talking, okay? That's my objective. As long as I keep talking, then I know I'm doing my job. You get it? I know I'm doing my job if I keep talking. Miyamagi. I heard it told his porter took ill with a chronic ailment. A true pity that. I thought the delivery late, but for such circumstances, lateness can be forgiven. It would seem the supplies and succors sent by Bakufu and Bukyo have arrived. Inform Yamabiko that we will be to the port to retrieve them forthwith. Okay, so he had something else to say. I don't think that was important, though. He didn't say anything important, I don't think. So what are some of those interesting things that I had to say? You know, what are the interesting things people can glean from me in particular? Like, what makes me stand out from other people? Let me think about that for a minute. Because I know there are some things that I do that would be really interesting to some people. Here's one example. I go to sleep at the same time every day. And it's been such a huge benefit for me because it makes me hate my life a lot less. And if you're one of those people that hates their life, then it behooves you to consider, you know, setting up a schedule of some sort that involves planning to sleep even in excess amount. Like, not just 6 hours, not just 8 hours, but I'm talking 9 to 10 hours of sleep a day. That can really help you hate your life less. I'm serious. 100%. That can definitely help. So that's one thing that I'll always advocate for. And I think I'm going to start a list of things. Let me just write this down. List of interesting things from Will. 1. Go to sleep at the same time every single day if you want to hate your life less. I'm going to write that down because I think I want to keep a consistent message going to people who get introduced to my content. I want to have something that I can say to everybody that comes here and have them walk away with something useful, you know? That would be a really good idea. Yamabiko's porter is taken ill and can't be treated. I'm saddened to hear it, and yes, of course, I'll make arrangements to pick up my cargo. Alright, I'm at 155. I'm gonna stop here. The shishu rice grown on the islands of Kugane is by no means bad, but it cannot compare to the exquisite grains of koshu. I pay no small sum of gil to keep my stores stocked with it. It is part of the reason so many visitors are happy to lodge at our screens again and again. for something so important, I'm more than happy to make a trip to the port. Tell Yamabiko I will be there as soon as I am able. Okay, fantastic. Wonderful. I had a great time making these 2 videos. Thank you so much for watching. Remember to like and subscribe. And I will come back tomorrow at exactly the same time with the exact same